I can't hear you.
I'm asking if I did something wrong.
Yeah, I'm also learning.
These are the moments when cops are dangerously ambushed, starting with the case of two officers who were suddenly ambushed by a gunman ready to hurt them badly. On May 8, 2025, around 5:49 p.m., the Chicago Police Department received a call about a person with a gun in Hammond, Indiana. They were also informed that the suspect, later identified as 50-year-old Joseph Navarro, was wanted for an aggravated battery and considered very dangerous. Because of the seriousness of the situation, multiple officers quickly arrived at the location to apprehend him, but they had no idea just how deadly this incident was about to become.
You just talked to my caller about a dude that shot him a couple weeks ago? Okay. Do you know what this guy looks like? He didn't give a very good description. There it is. That's him. That's him. That's him. No, stay in the car. Hold on. Hold on. Get out of the car. Open the car. Open the car. Keep your hands up. Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Emergency Charlie Union 60550. Please off.
As officers moved in to apprehend Navarro, he fled the scene, sparking a high-stakes pursuit. Officers immediately took off after him, but after a long chase, Navarro seemed to have vanished. They kept searching the area, unaware of the terrifying encounter they were about to face. After speeding down the road for several minutes, officers finally spotted the vehicle they'd been looking for, but by then the situation had already taken a devastating turn.
He just ragged on Dearborn. 433.
During the pursuit, Navarro reportedly drove recklessly, weaving through traffic at high speed, but not for long. Eventually, he lost control of his vehicle and crashed near the intersection of Dearborn Avenue and Gosselin Street. Officers quickly rushed in to capture Navarro, thinking he was injured or unable to move, but that was a grave mistake.
433, he just wrecked on Dearborn. Let me see your head! Let me see your head!
On Dearborn. I'll get .433 say he wrecked on Dearborn. He was last seen going down Brainerd.
433, 10-1, 10-1, shots fired! Let me see your head! Let me see...
433, 433 has 10-1, 10-1. 433 shots fired, Brainerd in... 432. 433.
He's still shooting, still up! Hold it fire, hold it fire!
430.
We're fine.
I have to admit, these two officers were incredibly lucky. They could have been dead, given how terrifying the situation unfolded. As the officers got close to the car, Navarro, without any warning, opened fire on them. Surprisingly, both officers fell backward during the shootout in front of the deadly man, making them an easy target. Eventually, both officers managed to take cover, but the confrontation was far from over. Navarro also took cover, weapon in hand, ready to fire again at the first opportunity.
433.
433, he is at the corner of Gosselin and Dearborn. He is still armed. He is on the ground. He's over here?
432, I see you. 432.
We need cover, brother. I don't see him. Watch the crossfire. I know. Okay, get behind the car.
He's on the southeast corner of the Alta Hill. 433. 433, he's on the ground.
He's right here, he's right here. I got eyes on him. Don't f***ing move. Chicago police, don't f***ing move. Chicago police, don't f***ing move. You hear me? Do not f***ing move. Chicago police, do not f***ing move. 424, we need ambulance over here. Miller and Spanish shot multiple times. Only one. 424, we need ambulance.
Fortunately, the situation didn't escalate any further, as Navarro became unresponsive when more backup officers arrived and approached. He was taken into custody and quickly transported to the hospital, where he was pronounced deceased from the gunshot injuries he sustained during the exchange. Both officers were also taken to the hospital for observation, but luckily, neither of them was injured, which is surprising given how intense the incident was. Next, you'll see how a suspect suddenly ambushed an officer in a crazy and completely unexpected way.
Monsieur, hands now! No! Get the on the ground!
On June 30th, 2025, Deputy Cal Landon of the Berrien County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to check on a vehicle reportedly parked on private property in rural Berrien County, Michigan. Calls like this are usually routine. Welfare checks or possible trespassing, something every police department handles often. But this one was different. When Deputy Landon arrived, he immediately spotted the suspect on the property, and things quickly began to take a tense turn.
What's that? Alright, I'm just curious.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Lean 1413. Can you run an Indiana commemorative for me? You got ID on you?
No.
No?
Yeah, maybe in the car.
Yeah, do you mind getting it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Tom Charles Sam 451 Indiana commemorative. Really? I got one running for me.
The suspect, later identified as 48-year-old Joshua Coffey, suddenly took off on foot while Deputy Landon was talking on the radio. Coffey wasn't alone. He had a female companion with him, though what the two were doing there has never been publicly revealed. As Coffey bolted, Deputy Landon immediately went after him, unaware of the danger that was about to come toward him.
Stop! You're gonna get tased! You're gonna get tased! Get on the ground now! Monsieur, hands now!
No!
Get the on the ground! Barry, shots fired. It's out third street. One suspect down.
That was crazy, stupid, funny, and awesome all at the same time. Coffey raised his hand slightly, acting like he was surrendering. But suddenly, boom, he grabbed his firearm and fired 2 shots at Deputy Landon. And here's the wild part. At the start, Deputy Landon was holding a taser, but as he was knocked off balance by the shots, he quickly switched to his firearm on the fly and returned fire, successfully neutralizing the suspect. It was absolutely insane. Within moments of the shooting, Deputy Sabrina Larada arrived as the first backup unit on the scene. Emergency medical personnel were called, but Coffey was pronounced deceased at the scene. Remarkably, Deputy Landon was not injured by gunfire in this incident. There's no further report on the case yet, as it's still ongoing. Next up, you'll see how a woman lured police into her home only to carry out a deadly plan to execute them.
Hello? Where the fuck are my children?
On April 28th, 2025, the Casper Police Department received a 911 call from a woman reporting an active burglary at her home. The caller, later identified as 37-year-old Jody Cobia, told dispatch that an armed intruder, dressed entirely in black, was inside her house, and that both she and the suspect were in a back room. Before we dive into the body cam footage, let's first listen to the chilling 911 call.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, please come quick. There's a burglar breaking into the house. McKinley Street.
South McKinley?
Yes, please hurry. He's armed and dangerous.
Okay, do you know who he is?
No, he's wearing all black. Please show up.
Okay, is he inside?
Yes, he's inside.
Okay, I just needed to take a breath. My partner's getting them heading that way while I'm talking to you, so this isn't slowing anything down, okay? Where are you at in the house?
I'm in the back room. Hurry up.
Okay, did you say you know who he is?
No, hurry up.
Okay, ma'am, I just need more information from you, okay? Where in the house
He's going to the window. He's inside. Please get inside. Please get over here.
Okay, where in the house is he?
He's in the back room.
And you're in the back room?
Yeah, I'm running away from him.
Okay, is it just you in the house?
No. Can you please send someone?
Okay, ma'am, I said they are on the way. This is not slowing anything down, okay? I just have to gather more information from you while they're driving, okay? Have you seen him?
This is one of the most unconvincing and suspicious 911 calls I've ever heard. The call was creepy as hell and a total red flag. Doing their duty, multiple officers responded quickly to the location to help the woman, completely unaware of the nightmare they were about to walk into. This is the body cam footage of the incident.
Yeah, you can just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye towards the back. That's over here. Hello?
Where the fuck are my children?
Oh, hey! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! 366, shots fired! Shots fired.
That was completely unexpected for the officers. When they arrived, Kobia answered the front door, but not how they expected. She was dressed in all black, matching the description of the reported intruder, and was armed with a handgun at her side. As the officers tried to make contact, Kobia raised the firearm toward them. Realizing the immediate danger, 2 officers fired a total of 5 rounds over 2 seconds, striking Kobia and forcing her to retreat back inside. Backup officers and EMS were called to the scene. Once a supervising officer arrived, they cautiously entered the house but found no other intruders. Officers began providing medical attention to Kobia and transported her to the hospital, but she was later pronounced deceased. No officers were injured in the incident. Kobia was a mother of 3 children, though court records indicate she did not have custody of them at the time. The exact motive behind this incident has not been revealed. Next, you'll see a similar but even more disturbing case where a teenager called 911 for help, only to do something terrifying to the officers who responded. On May 7th, 2025, officers from the Orange County Sheriff's Office faced a deadly ambush when they showed up to help a 19-year-old woman. The situation began with a frantic 911 call from the woman, who reported that she had been strangled and battered inside her house. Based on the urgency of the incident, multiple Orange County deputies were immediately dispatched to the location to help her, but they didn't know it was a complete trap, set up only to harm them.
8414.
What's the apartment number?
24.
Wait, just clear for me.
Did she say help?
Clear channel for units on silent for 20 Joseph.
Colonel, what do you have?
Sheriff's Office!
Upon arrival, deputies tried to make contact with the woman multiple times, but there was no response from inside. Only terrifying screams could be heard. They waited outside for several minutes, but nothing seemed to work. More than 20 minutes later, one deputy finally broke down the door and the situation immediately took a tense turn.
Orange County Sheriff's Office, make yourself known.
Give me a little kick in. There you go. Give me announcements.
Orange County Sheriff's Office inside, make yourself known. Do it now. Come to the door with your hands up. I can hear you. Residents of 2324.
Moving. Doors moving.
Come out now with your hands up. Do it now.
Again, everything went completely silent. With growing concern for whoever might be inside, deputies decided to enter the apartment without wasting any more time. But even after searching the apartment, they still didn't find anyone. As they continued their search, they heard screaming again coming from a bedroom, but the room was completely locked from the inside.
Got me. Yep. Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands! Sheriff's Office, let me see your hands!
Stand by.
All right, this is the Sheriff's Office. You need to come out now with your hands up. Calm down. Calm down.
This was straight out of a horror movie. The woman, later identified as 19-year-old Vanessa Eugene, the same person who had called deputies for help, suddenly burst out of the bathroom, holding a kitchen knife, screaming and attempting to hurt a deputy. Seeing the immediate danger, the other deputies fired their service weapons, discharging multiple rounds in defense of their lives. Eugene was neutralized, EMS was called immediately, and transported her to the hospital, where she was later pronounced deceased. Remarkably, no deputies were harmed in the incident. The exact motive behind this tragic event remains unclear. It's possible that underlying factors like a personal crisis, an acute mental health episode, or paranoia, perhaps thinking the officers were a threat, played a role, though the exact facts are unknown. Next, you're about to see how an officer came just inches away from death when a wanted criminal suddenly opened fire. On August 1st, 2021, in Silver City, New Mexico, Officer Stephen Larimore was carrying out what started as a routine traffic stop. The vehicle was a black GMC Suburban, driven by 36-year-old Ruben De La O. For Officer Larimore, stops like this were standard. A chance to check for violations, keep the road safe, and interact with drivers. But in just a few moments, what seemed like a normal stop turned into a deadly ambush that almost cost the officer his life. The entire incident was captured on Officer Larimore's body cam.
Bullard and Kelly with that last 28 unorthodox.
Huh?
I can't hear you.
I'm asking if I did something wrong.
Yeah, I'm Officer Larimore. Shots fired, Central, shots fired, shots fired. Shots fired. He's going southbound on Texas South.
That was a very close call. As Officer Larimore approached the vehicle, De La O suddenly pulled out a firearm and fired 3 shots. Officer Larimore was hit in the hand, but managed to take cover behind nearby vehicles. Right after firing, De La O sped off in his SUV, sparking a tense pursuit through the streets of Silver City. Despite his injury, and with a heart like a lion, Officer Larimore jumped into his patrol car and went after him. The chase continued for more than 30 minutes, with De La O firing multiple times at the officers along the way. The pursuit finally ended when he suddenly stopped his vehicle in the middle of Highway 90, and no one knew what his next move would be or what was going through his mind.
You're good? I think so, man.
Are you still there, Jess? Shut your siren off.
Who's sirens?
Okay, we have, let him know we have 2-5 with him. He's laying on the ground. We're gonna go ahead and approach, we're gonna go ahead and approach the vehicle on the, what side? West side. And, we're gonna go ahead and
He's on the
approach
ground right there.
Yeah, keep your eyes on him.
Yeah.
We're on mile marker between 3 and 4. Ready?
Who's got long?
I got him. Come on. Keep your eyes on him, guys.
Officers cautiously approached the car and, fortunately, without any further incident, De La O voluntarily surrendered to the responding officers. He was quickly arrested and taken into custody. After the incident, Officer Larimore received immediate medical attention for his gunshot wound and was later cleared to return to duty once he recovered. Investigators later revealed that Ruben De La O was a fugitive wanted in Colorado for violating parole related to a prior robbery conviction. Following his arrest, De La O was charged with attempted murder for shooting Officer Larimore, along with additional charges for possession of a firearm. He was eventually sentenced to 39 years in prison after being convicted on 5 counts of attempted murder. Next, you'll see how 2 officers were completely caught off guard when a suspect opened the door holding a gun in his hand.
Hey, dude, put that back, dude.
On September 16, 2022, officers from the Menifee Police Department were stunned after witnessing a suspect suddenly appear with a gun in front of them. The situation began at an apartment complex after a caller reported that a man was banging on nearby doors and behaving aggressively, yelling profanities at others. Fearing the situation could escalate, 2 officers quickly arrived at the location and approached the apartment where the disturbance was coming from.
Hey, dude, put that back, dude.
Hey, bro, I'm 2
Hey, dude, come out.
2 hands up. I got 2 hands up.
What you got, Bobby? Hey, come out with your hands up, man.
Hey, bro. Let's see your head.
Come out. Come out with your hands
I
up.
got 2 hands.
Hey, dude, turn around. Turn around. Come down to your
Go
knees.
down on your knees. Down on your knees.
Luckily, the situation did not escalate further, and the suspect eventually surrendered peacefully. But based on the circumstances, this encounter could have easily turned deadly. The suspect, later identified as 19-year-old Robert Ares, initially refused to drop his gun despite repeated commands. As officers noticed sudden movement, one of them made a split-second decision to open fire. The officer discharged a single round, but fortunately Ares was not injured and soon surrendered. Here's the most shocking part. When officers entered the apartment, they discovered a child had been inside the entire time during the confrontation. The firearm was later found to be loaded, unregistered, and unserialized. Ares admitted he knew the people outside were police officers, yet still chose to act that way. He was arrested and booked into custody on multiple felony charges, including illegal possession of a loaded firearm, receiving stolen property, and child endangerment.